All right. If you're thinking about moving to Wichita, Kansas in 2026, this live is for you. Most people start by looking at houses. Hey, that's normal, but it's also where mistakes happen. Today, I'm going to kind of show you what I see going wrong for folks looking to relocate here and how you can avoid it. Now, just heads up, all this stuff can be avoided if you just do the legwork up front. I've got the links down below in the chat. There's no sign up for any of this stuff. You've got nationwide tools for schools, for crime and safety. You got state level tools for your commute, showing you how to get around. I've got my Homebuyer's rough draft. This is going to be your local tool. There's no sign up on that either. So throwing that out there. But that first point, like I said, just falling in love with the house first, maybe a particular area, without doing the legwork, without doing the research. That second point being just assuming affordable means automatic. Yes, Wichita is more affordable than many markets, especially if you're coming from the coast, especially if you're coming from some of these larger areas. Like I've had folks come in, like I said, coast to coast, California. We've had folks come up from New York, from you know Tennessee, West Virginia, what have you. So a little bit of everything. We've had them as close as Kansas City, from Denver, what have you. But don't just assume it's not a one size fits all deal here, just like anywhere else. We don't want you to get that surprise there if you skip the prep work. So the early prep work's going to help you know what true monthly costs are before committing. You know, you talk taxes, you talk special taxes, HOA fees, what have you. And it can get a little overwhelming fairly quickly. And we just want to let you know these are all things that I deal with on the regular. We've had I each point we're making, I can think of at least 4 or 5 people that come to mind when we talk about it. You know, so we want to make sure we're just throwing it out there, so you don't make these mistakes. We want you in the best possible position before you get started. You should be doing this legwork before you start looking at listings online, before you start talking to lenders, to realtors, what have you. So putting that best leg forward. Let me pull that up real quick. So, like I mentioned, tools. We want to make sure you got the proper tools. Let me get that real quick. So, like I said, schools, niche.com. And don't worry, I'm not gonna give you the demo. We've got those videos already out there. Hop in there. It's in a playlist. I believe it's the Wichita Homebuyers Toolkit. We've got the tools down below if you want to snag them. Make sure and drop your questions down below as well if you have any questions. So, and you could take this stuff at surface level and, hey, we go here, that works. Cool. If you want to get into the weeds, you want to do that, you can do that as well. They've got plenty of different lists here, best school districts in the metro area. Get in there, check that stuff out. You can go into the weeds, like I said. Greatschools.org being another option. These are, like I said, both nationwide tools, and it's all there. You can get feedback from students, from parents of students, teachers, what have you. You need that. You know, you don't want to be just blindly following somebody you see online. myself included. Crime and safety being another one. And just throwing it out there, as agents, we can't necessarily steer you one way or another, but I can share the tools. And I'll tell you, most agents don't even know these tools exist. And that's okay. But that's why you need to be reaching out when you're ready to take those next steps. And another nationwide tool, as you see, just get in there, check it out. And then to the statewide level with Can Drive. Hop in here, check out the traffic cameras, what have you. You can start piecing together what your potential commute could look like. You can get an idea what construction is currently there, what planned construction's going on. I'll tell you right now, the construction going on is one of those things. See, we've got some, and it lets you know starting the 16th, 135 in both directions, road closed, bridge demolition work. What do we got going on down here? It's going to let you know this is going to be the next best thing. If you don't have those feet to the ground, those wheels to the ground, this is giving you that idea. What is all this stuff looking like? Traffic speeds, like I said, the electronic signs, the cameras. I mean, get in there, check that stuff out. See what I mean? This is giving you an idea what it's looking like. It's giving you that timestamp there as well. You can start piecing together what your commute could potentially look like. You want to view it on the map? View it on the map. Get in here, check this stuff out. These are great tools you need in your toolbox. You need to be doing that independent research. And zoom on out, giving you an idea what this all looks like. But so, falling in love with a particular area or a home, assuming affordable means automatic without doing your research. I would say that third point being, and this is another common one, just waiting for the urgency. What do I mean by that? Waiting until that last moment, till life kind of throws you that curveball and you don't have a choice. You've got to move. Like, you know, just remember it's all subject to change and that's okay. But setting the foundation now, getting in there and starting to piece this stuff together is ultimately going to put you in the best position moving forward. And folks, let me know. Do you have questions? Drop them down below. I've already shared the links for the nationwide tools for the schools, for your crime, your safety, the statewide tool to show you the commutes, what that looks like. And there's no sign up on any of that. I've even shared my Homebuyer's rough draft. This is going to be on the local level. This is going to show you what things look like, what to expect moving forward. I can't put you any, I can't get you any more prepared than this moving forward. This is outlining what to expect um, before you get started, what these items look like so you can budget accordingly, so on and so forth. And like I said, all that stuff's there. You don't got to sign up for any of that. Now, like I said, we're not gonna get too far into the weeds with this stuff here. I've got videos on these here. Check out my Wichita Homebuyers Toolkit playlist. You want to go into the weeds and check that stuff out, you most certainly can. If this is something you just want to look at on surface level, like I said, niche.com in particular, they kick out annual list. And with that, it's all there. So one of the lists that I follow is the top school districts in a metro area. So for here in Wichita, and it's all there. You're getting that feedback from students, from parents of students, from teachers that sign up for this, that are actually there. You're getting that third party kind of point of view. You still take it with a grain of salt because everyone's situation's different, and that's okay. But it's going to give you a better idea because, like I've been saying, and I have to keep saying, we as agents, we can't steer you one way, we can't steer you another. But like I said, I'm going to most definitely share these tools because I want to make sure you have what you need to do the research, to get informed, to get empowered. And it takes time. It takes time. And so the the idea being, take the time, sit down with that loved one, you, that significant other, that family member, that trusted friend, and do the homework. This is part of the homework as well, if it applies to you. But these are all great tools. This is going to give you the clarity and give you what you need to be successful. Get in here. This is the Homebuyer's Rough Draft. This is the same thing as this. There's no download. Like I said, get in there. You need to be sitting down with that loved one, the significant other, the family member, that trusted friend. Start doing the homework now, setting the foundation. This is all part of it. Understanding what that motivating factor is. This is your why. This is more than the obvious, hey, I need a place to crash. What is it? Are you need to be closer to family? Are you need to be further away? Maybe a fresh start, school for the kiddos, maybe continuing education for yourself, a new job. And these next two items, take them with a grain of salt. It's rough idea. It's subject to change, and that's okay. Give yourself a little grace. Do the legwork now, and just know it's subject to change. Have, with your time frame, breaking this stuff down. What's it look like? You go through this. I'm going to be hammering on this 2 and 3 times, letting you know up front. You're not buying a TV, you're not buying a car. For most of us, this is the largest purchase you're ever going to make. Even if you're coming from that larger market. I've talked to people all the time out in California, San Diego. We've talked with people quite frequently up in New York, people out on the East Coast as well, Tennessee, what have you. We've got folks down in New Mexico as well. And not everyone's situation is the same. It's all going to be different. And that's why I would much rather just throw the tools out there and at least let you know that they're there. Hey, thanks, James. That's great. Um, don't need these tools, but I appreciate it. That's okay. Move on to the next. But it's all down there, just kind of breaking everything down. Then you get into the fine details, your preferences on location, any other specifics, your current living situation. Hey, we're kind of going over some stuff we've already talked about. Then we get into for your consideration. These are going to be those items that are a lot of people don't really know about, especially if this is your first time, or maybe, hey, it's been a while. And that's okay. You guys don't do this stuff on the regular, and that's okay. But it's more than just your down payment. I just had this conversation with someone not too long ago. Um, they just assume it's just the down payment. Well, it's more than that. You got your closing costs, what that looks like, um, kind of using that terminology as well, and letting you know, hey, this is how it's paid for. These are going to be some items that are more so once you go under contract, your earnest money. This is your deposit. This is the skin and game in, excuse me, this is your skin in the game. that goes towards those funds to close, being your down payment closing cost. And then all the home inspection types. Yes, I know it's quite the list. There's quite a bit more than that as well. And then we get into like appraisals and all of that stuff, the lender reaching out for that. This stuff adds up very quickly. And it it really just depends on you and your situation. We just have helped a couple this last summer who they were relocating from upstate New York. Um, he was a professor. He had 3 kids, and the home in question, the home that they fell in love with, was what we would call a split level. And so he's got the little kiddos, and the little kiddos are living in the lower section of the home. So items like radon gas, very important to him. And with other people, that might not be as important. Um, so we don't assume. We want to make sure you have everything you need to make that informed decision. So, um, and like I said, this is just a small snippet of some of the potential inspections. It really just depends on you guys, you and your situation. Like I said, the lender and the appraisal, they'll reach out for that. This is to assess the value. They don't want you paying more than it's quote unquote worth. And then just kind of breaking it down. Even if you've done this before, hey, thanks, James. That's great. I already know how to buy a house. I've already bought a house, but maybe it's been a while. Just a refresher. Just going in there and you've got it. And for my folks wanting to take it to the next level, we've got that online community. We've got courses. We've got videos breaking stuff down. Hey, listen, there's no shame in it. Where else are you going to see your potential lender fill out their own mortgage application? It's there. It's all there. And hey, if you want access to it, you got to sign up. It's there. Got the VIP client program. This is another program we've got. We partner with local business owners, lenders, home inspectors, what have you, and it's all there too. This isn't pay to play. I pay for this myself. That's uh, that's where the handy dandy card comes from, and there's a whole bunch of other stuff in there too. So um, you've got access to all these resources at your fingertips on demand. Just like your lender, your realtor, all them, you could pick whoever you want. But it's pretty nice having at least one resource. It's living, it's breathing, it's growing. National companies for discounts and stuff like that as well. So, kind of rounding it out. This is us providing true value. Then the actual worksheet itself. It's actually it's actually in the book. Actually in there. You got access. You can download it with the QR code, but it's actually in there. You can go through there, fill that out to your heart's content. Contact information. What's the living situation looking like? And we'll take you back over there. And these are the exact questions I would be asking you in that console, whether it's on the phone, it's virtual, it's face to face. These are the questions we're asking you. You know, do you own a home? Do you got to sell the home to get into the next home? Do you rent? Are you under lease? For my folks who are um, relocating, are you currently working with an agent back home to help you sell the house? We partner with agents across the nation. If you need a hookup back home, more than happy. We just got to make sure whoever's helping you is competent, because we're going to need to be relaying all that information back and forth as well. And trust and believe me, when you don't have someone on the up and up who knows what they're doing, it makes things so much more stressful. Let me tell you, I had another situation. We were helping someone sell their house here so they could relocate back home to, it was in Ohio, right? And the agent helping them there was trying to tell them they needed to hurry up and close on the new house because there were something going on. They were rushing it. I'm like, that does not make any sense. She's got to sell this house to get into the next one first. But like I said, everyone's situation is different, And like I said, you're seeing things here that we've already kind of touched on, and we find with some of this stuff, writing this stuff down, talking it with one another, reading it. When the time comes when you start seeing hard numbers on cost sheets, whether it's your funds to close or it's that monthly mortgage amount, it's not sticker shock. You don't want to assume here. We could take two houses in town, same listing price, and it's not going to be apples to apples the same. Taxes being different. Maybe it's in an HOA. Maybe there's special taxes. That's another one that throws people for a loop. I'll tell you right now, um, this is street improvements, your sidewalks, your sewer improvements, street lights, what have you. This kind of stuff. Um, it's not always apples to apples the same. Whether that's in Wichita, that's in one of the suburbs. Don't assume. And you hop on these real estate websites. Oh, okay, it gives you that rough estimate. Well, you got to put the numbers in there, and still, you're not accounting for what your interest rate's going to be. You're not accounting for what those taxes are looking like, if there are specials, if it's in an HOA. You know, is there PMI? I just it there's a lot of variables there. We just want to make sure you have what you need. Sorry, a little long-winded. I get passionate about it. This is something that we're constantly talking about, but just getting in there, filling this out. I tell you, pro tip: fill this out in advance. Send it to me. Let me have access to this before we do that consult. Then, when it comes time, hey, are there any fine details I need based on the answers you gave me? And then we jump straight into your questions, your concerns. But this is giving you that idea. This is what we're calling the Wichita Homebuyers Toolkit. This is the websites. This is the Homebuyers Rough Draft. And like I said, there is no sign up for any of this. Get in there. I mean, no one else is doing this stuff. A lot of these other agents don't even know these tools exist. Like I said, it's all here. It's crazy that you don't have to sign up for any of this stuff. Like I said, let me show you. I know I said I wasn't going to, but it's still like, so this is going to be on the state level. This is Can Drive. It's in the comments, it's in the description. We've got all these tools here. If you don't have those wheels to the ground, if you don't have feet to the ground, you can start getting an idea what that commute could potentially look like. This is showing you the cameras. You can see what the traffic speeds look like, what construction's going on. And trust and believe me, if you are coming, please, please do this, because we've got construction going on all over the place in spots that I really wish it wasn't. It's like, please, one major project at a time. And, hover over it, click on it, whatever. That however you want to do that. If there's any incidents, any accidents, anything like that, abandoned vehicle. But this this here is the ace in the hole. We'll show you. And so pulling that up here. So like I tell folks, this is giving you that idea what that's looking like. Just make sure, and I'll highlight it here. Check and make sure you see when it was last updated to give you that idea. Okay, last updated today, 4:57. It is currently 5:04 p.m. Central Standard Time. But this is giving you that idea. You can view it on the map. You can hit previous camera. You can hit the next camera, and it's letting you know where it's at. So we're on 235 at Central. 235 is going to kind of loop. So, anyways, this is the tools. You've got the tools in your toolbox. Daniel, what's up, buddy? Good to see you, buddy. But yeah, it's all here. You've got the nationwide tools. You've got the state level, and you've got my ebook. It's all there. This is where we start. This is how you get around these issues, these very common issues I see. You know, not doing the homework, falling in love with the wrong area, assuming when it comes to price, waiting on for life to happen, for that urgency, and it all starts here. Set the foundation. When I say do the homework, set the foundation. That's all of this. So, um, I've been pointing folks to these tools to help make that process more clear. These are going to help you figure out, budget, your priorities, your timeline before making a move. You know, this gives you an idea on your commute, on the crime and safety, schools, all that stuff, what applies, what have you. So you've got that rough idea. You've got the game plan together, and it is all subject to change, and that's okay. If you need to take it to the next level, you've got access to the Homebuyers Wichita Homebuyers Blueprint. You've got access to me. If you're ready to take it to the next level, call, text, email, DM, whatever you need to do. Morning, noon, early evening, gang. Weekends, I got your back when relocating to Wichita and the surrounding areas. If you got any value out of this, do me a solid, like, comment, and subscribe. Share this. If you'd like to see more of this lifestyle stuff, let me know. I'm digging it. We're getting it down. And if you want to see this, just let me know. If you're catching the replay, drop them down below. Reach out if you need something. But I think that's going to do it for now. You guys take care. We'll catch you all back here in the next one. Take care, guys.